What's going on, guys? Lawson here. So we only have 3 days left in our 30-day challenge, and we are rolling right along. This morning, in an attempt to do something different, I've been trying to do different things for you guys all the time during this challenge and while we're putting out these videos. Right now, we are at the beach this morning fishing, and it's a little windy and a little rough, but we're gonna walk along the beach and throw some poppers and some glide baits. I literally only brought like 4 or 5 lures with me, and we're gonna see if we can make it work this morning. But we're about to hit the beach, hop on the GoPro, start walking and slinging, and see if we can catch some big fish on a popper this morning. That's the game plan. Holy friggin' wind. This ain't no joke. Oh, there's a fish, there's a fish. Awesome. Woo! Only about 10 cast in this morning. It's gotta be a little jack, I imagine. Awesome. I am stoked right now, even though it's a little fish. Get out here on the beach, throw a few casts, hook into a little baby sub. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? We have doubles right there. Literally 2 fish, 1 cast. Is that epic or what? All right, that little guy. One more wave should carry him out. Oh, okay. All right, the littler one finally washed out in the surf here. Big boy, oh, he ate that popper. It's not a bad jack to start the morning. All right, buddy's finally unhooked. Took a little bit of doing, but we got him. Throw him right into the waves here, and off he goes. Cool. 1 fish or 2 fish down pretty quick right there. I'd like to think that that's special that I caught 2 at once, but I'll be honest, that's happened more times than I can even keep track of. Well, all right, our first and second fish came at the same time. About a 2-pound jack attached to about a 4.5, 5-pound jack. Maybe we will find a nice big 20-pound submarine cruising the beach this morning. Now that would be a good time. Oh, something's already all over it. Something just swung at it already. Oh, there's a fish right there, right on the break. This is a better fish, it feels like. That was awesome. Right as I was about to pull it out of the water, he ate it like right in the trough next to the beach. I do believe we got ourselves another jack crevy here. This tackle is a little big for probably the majority of these little jacks that we've caught so far, but I will want this tackle real badly if we hook a behemoth. Boom, jack number 3. Sorry, I'm holding him very weird. I just don't want him to flip out, and we'll head dive him in, and off he goes. Probably the biggest one so far. He's probably pushing about 6-7 pounds, and that was an awesome eat, dude, right against the freaking bank. So cool, or shore, beach, whatever. Beautiful morning, epic fishing. Let's find a freaking big subby. Boom, boom, boom. Wow, so beautiful. Alrighty, to be honest, there isn't like a ton of like technique into what I'm doing here. I'm literally just walking down the beach, slinging my popper out as far as I can, putting the rod butt in my hip and just popping it up. The only reason I'm putting my rod butt in my hip is so I can keep my line above this first level of waves here. There's a lot of seaweed in there and it kept getting stuck at first, so try to keep the rod tip up. And as it gets closer and get a little more line tension, we'll drop the rod a little bit to make sure we get solid pops all the way through. When we first throw it out there, it's easy enough to kind of just lock the rod down to the hip right here and keep throwing. But I think the game plan for today, or what's gonna make this work, is just covering as much water as possible. And I feel like that's really what it's about when you're fishing along the beach. It's just covering a lot of ground. If you're throwing an artificial, if you're soaking live bait, soak a live bait. But if you're trying to cover ground on artificial, I feel like it's just super beneficial to keep walking and throwing. Oh gosh, a little fish just ate it right in the surf again. Woo! At least we're catching fish, man. This is pretty awesome. Oh, there he goes right there. Popped off. It's all right, it's just like a little 2-pound jack, it looked like. I mean, no big fish yet, but I've only been throwing for probably 20 minutes. 4 fish right there. I don't think you can complain about that. Maybe we'll weed out a big one as the day goes on. God, I would just die to see a big old jack crush this popper way out there. Oh, big fish on it, big. Maybe not big, but there's a fish on it. Oh, I just saw them flashing in the wake right there. I'll just instantly pitch it right back out. Damn. There's a big wake up on it. I don't think it was a big fish, I just think it was a ton of jack. But I could see them flashing in the waves. So that was pretty cool. We've had a lure change here to a glide bait. One of the best freaking baits I've ever thrown, probably right here. I have a rule of thumb I like to follow when I'm fishing, is that normally when I'm like, okay, I need to put my sunglasses on, and I'm reaching for my bag to grab my sunglasses out, that's when I know it's time to take a top water off. This is an amazing lure right here, this glide bait. And I've caught Cuberis snapper, GT, kingfish, sharky mackerel, like different types of grouper in Australia. This thing is epic, but right now, throwing it off the beach, it's a little too choppy where it keeps rising out of the water. So I need to throw something on that's gonna dive a little bit here, and maybe we'll get back into the fish. Once I took off the top water, the bite really slowed down, but they also weren't eating the top water anymore for about 30 minutes. They stopped chomping on it. So we need to figure out what these boys out here are wanting to eat. We're gonna try throwing this lure right here for a bit. This is called a Colt Sniper. Now you can see it's pretty banged up. I actually caught a lot of jack and a small Cuberis snapper on this lure when I was in Colombia in the summertime. So you know this works, and they're pretty cool. They're very heavy, so they throw super far. It's got a little bit of a lip on it, so it'll get underneath these waves, because that glide bait, it was just kind of popping out of the water on the waves, and that was really the problem. I don't think it was gonna work because of that. So something with a little bit of a lip is gonna dive down, stay below the water, and it should work. At least we hope it does. All right, boys, back to the car. We are done for the morning. It was honestly really fun, and got out for a quick beach session, walked down the beach, probably about 1.5 miles, 2 miles throwing, and the topwater bite first thing was on. It was a little rough, and I imagine if the waves were laid down a little bit, I might have crushed some fish today on topwater. I actually had trouble keeping the topwater even in the water all the time because the waves were just kind of pushing it out or pushing it down, and it was a little bit tough, but we still managed to catch a few jack, and nothing huge, unfortunately. I really was hoping to catch a big jack cruising along the beach. That would have been an awesome time. But I mean, for my 3rd or 4th cast in the morning to get a double at the same time, a jack on each treble hook, that is always really cool. And to continue to keep throwing and whack a few more on top water. But it was an interesting thing. Once the sun came up and really the sun was out and the topwater bite died off, and then there was just nothing to be found. Threw for another 1.5 hours, 2 hours, and just could not find another bite. It was a very slow morning. No big fish though, but that's okay. That's just how it goes sometimes. But it was good to get out and walk along the beach and do something a little different. If you guys have noticed, during this 30-day challenge, I've been really trying to do different things almost every single day and try to keep things fresh and show new things and honestly push myself out of the comfort zone. I had a tendency before to really just be like, okay, I need to go out and film a video, so I'll go fish for snook and jack exactly where I know where to fish for them and do the same thing over and over again. Myself, I was getting bored of fishing, and I imagine you guys are probably getting bored of seeing me catch a snook out of the same bridge or underneath the same wall or dock or whatever. And now, after this 30-day challenge, you would think fishing 30 days in a row, I would be burnt out. I have never felt more on fire. Like, so much drive to get up every morning and fish. It is insane. And I'm just having an awesome time. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying this video series and everything that we've been doing. If you enjoyed the video today, leave a like, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and hit that little notification bell below. Hey, leave some comments below for me what type of videos you guys want to see, whether it's beach fishing or more wade fishing or a certain type of fish you want to see me target, or if it's a certain type of lure you want to see me throw, maybe it's fly fishing. Leave those comments below. I read those and I really take those into consideration. And the reason I came out to the beach this morning, someone wrote in a video the other day, they said, hey, you should do some beach fishing. Here we are now doing some beach fishing. So leave comments below. I appreciate you guys very much. Until tomorrow, see ya.